You're being played every single day while you scroll, while you complain, while you settle. They are winning. The system isn't broken. It was built this way, built to keep you distracted, built to keep you tired, built to make sure you never rise, never fight back, never even question why you're still struggling. They want you poor because broke men are desperate. They want you weak because weak men obey, and they want you controlled because a man who thinks for himself is dangerous. But here's the truth: you were not born to be a slave. You were not born to beg for scraps. You were born to conquer, to build, to fight, to win. But first, you have to see the trap. You have to burn the lies they fed you. And you have to decide right now that you refuse to die as another nameless, broke, controlled nobody. The chains are in your mind, and only you can break them. You've been lied to your whole life. They told you the safest path is the best path. Go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, retire old. Sounds good, right? Sounds safe, but here's the brutal truth. Safe is the slowest way to die. Safety is an illusion, a trick, a psychological prison designed to keep you small, scared, and stuck. They tell you, play it safe, don't take risks, just be happy with what you have. But what do you really have? A paycheck that barely covers rent, a life of just enough, never more than enough, a future where you'll look back and wonder, what if I had dared? Society doesn't want you rich. Society doesn't want you free. Society wants you dependent, on jobs you hate, on loans you can't escape, on a system that profits from your fear. They sell you comfort like it's a prize. Look how stable you are, while billionaires laugh because they took the risks you were too scared to take. Think about it. Who gets rich? The man who stays in his lane, follows the rules, and never questions anything. Or the man who burns the rulebook, bets on himself, and refuses to beg for permission. The world rewards courage, not compliance. But they'll never tell you that, because if you knew, you'd stop obeying. They want you to believe security is a 9 to 5, that freedom is 2 weeks of vacation a year, that success is a gold watch after 40 years of servitude. That's not security. That's slavery with a smile. Real security, it's power, it's options, it's knowing that no matter what happens, you built something that can't be taken from you. But fear keeps you trapped. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. So you stay in the cage telling yourself, at least I'm safe. But are you? One layoff, one medical bill, one economic crash, and that safety net vanishes. The only real safety is self-made wealth, the kind that doesn't beg for promotions, the kind that doesn't panic when the economy collapses. They raised you to fear risk, but risk is where the rewards lie. Every fortune ever made started with a decision, a refusal to accept the mediocre path. The rich don't play it safe. They build, they bet, they break the rules, and while you're clinging to your stable job, they're buying islands. Comfort is the enemy. It's the drug that keeps you numb. It's the voice that whispers you're fine where you are. But deep down, you know the truth. You were meant for more money, more freedom, more control. The only thing standing between you and that life, your addiction to safety. Break the illusion. Stop worshiping stability like it's some holy grail. The greatest risk isn't failing. It's wasting your life on a path that leads to nowhere. You weren't born to pay bills and die. You were born to dominate. But first, you have to let go of the lie. The clock is ticking. Every day you choose comfort is another day you lose. So wake up, see the trap, and run before it's too late. You want to know why you're stuck, why you're broke, why nothing ever changes? It's not the economy. It's not your boss. It's not your upbringing. It's you. That's right, you. Because as long as you keep pointing fingers, you'll never take responsibility. And as long as you refuse to take responsibility, you'll never change your life. The victim mindset is a disease, a poison. A self-inflicted prison where you're both the inmate and the guard. You sit there, hands outstretched, waiting for someone to save you, to fix things for you, to hand you the life you think you deserve. But the world doesn't owe you a damn thing. Look around. People who win in life really win. Don't waste time complaining. They don't cry about how unfair things are. They don't blame the government, their parents, or bad luck. They adapt, they fight, they dominate because they understand one brutal truth. Excuses don't build empires. Action does, but not you. You'd rather play the victim. You'd rather tell yourself it's not my fault because admitting the truth is too painful. The truth, you allowed this. You accepted mediocrity. You chose comfort over courage. Every time you whine about how hard things are instead of doing something about it, you're digging your own grave. The victim mindset is the ultimate trap. It tricks you into believing you're powerless, that life happens to you not because of you. But that's a lie, a weak man's lie. You always have a choice, always. You can sit there and cry about how the world screwed you, Or you can stand up, wipe the blood off your face, and demand more. Think about it. Every single person who ever made it out of nothing faced obstacles. They got knocked down, they got cheated. They got told no 1,000 times, but they didn't quit. They didn't blame, they persisted. Because winners don't see barriers. They see challenges to destroy. But you'd rather play the pity card. I didn't have the right connections. I didn't get the same opportunities. The system is rigged. Shut up, just shut up. The system is rigged against people who think like you. The moment you stop seeing yourself as a victim, the game changes. The moment you take full ownership of your life, everything becomes possible. You want to know the difference between a loser and a winner. The loser says, why me? The winner says, try me. One waits for the world to change. The other forces the world to change. Which one are you? The victim mindset is a slow death. It robs you of your power. It keeps you small. It turns you into a beggar when you were born to be a king. But here's the good news. You can stop it today, right now, this second. You can decide, really decide, that no matter what happened, no matter who hurt you, no matter how many times you failed, you are in control now. No more excuses, no more blame, no more waiting for permission to win. The world doesn't care about your sob story. It only cares about what you do. So get up, get angry, and get what's yours. Because the only thing worse than failing is never trying at all, and spending your whole life wondering, what if I had just fought back? Open your eyes, look around you. Everywhere you turn, they're pushing you to spend. Flashy ads, limited time deals, buy now, pay later. They don't want you rich. They want you broke. They don't want you building. They want you consuming, and you're falling for it every single day. This isn't shopping. This isn't harmless. This is slavery. Modern, slick, dressed up in luxury branding, but slavery all the same. Because when you're always spending, you're never investing. When you're always chasing the next purchase, you're never building real wealth. They've turned you into a paycheck to paycheck zombie, and you don't even realize it. Think about it. What do they sell you? Happiness in a box, a new phone, designer clothes, a fancy car you can't afford, and for what? A temporary high, a few likes on social media, a fleeting moment of feeling successful before the next bill hits. That's not success, that's addiction. And just like any drug, the more you consume, the more you need, while your bank account bleeds out. They've programmed you to measure your worth by what you own, not by what you've built. That's how they keep you weak. That's how they keep you trapped, because the second you stop worshiping material crap and start focusing on wealth creation, you become dangerous. You become free. The rich don't play this game. They own the game. They don't blow cash on depreciating junk. They invest in assets that make them money, real estate. Businesses, stocks, they know the golden rule. If it doesn't pay you, it costs you. But you've been brainwashed to believe spending is power. It's not. Financial freedom is power. Look at your last 5 purchases. How many of them actually improved your life long term? How many were just emotional fixes, quick hits of dopamine to numb the fact that you're not where you want to be? That's consumer slavery. That's the trap. They keep you distracted with shiny objects so you never focus on what really matters. Your escape plan, and the worst part, you're doing it to yourself. No one's forcing you to max out your credit card. No one's holding a gun to your head to buy the latest sneakers. You're choosing this. Every time you swipe for something you don't need, you're trading your future for nothing. Every dollar wasted on crap is a dollar that could have been working for you. They want you to believe you deserve it. Treat yourself. You work hard. You should enjoy it. But what are you really enjoying? A closet full of clothes you barely wear. A car that loses value the second you drive it off the lot. A mountain of debt that keeps you chained to a job you hate. That's not enjoyment. That's self-sabotage. The moment you stop consuming like a peasant and start thinking like an investor, everything changes. Money stops disappearing. It starts multiplying. Your mindset shifts from, can I afford this? To, how can I make this afford me? That's the difference between broke people and wealthy people. Broke people ask, how much does it cost? Wealthy people ask, how much does it earn? You've been tricked into living for today while sacrificing tomorrow. But real winners, they delay gratification. They suffer now so they can dominate later. They drive the used car, wear the simple clothes, and live below their means, not because they can't afford more, but because they're busy building an empire to care about looking like one. It's time to break the cycle. Stop letting corporations manipulate you into poverty. Stop trading your financial future for temporary validation. Every dollar you don't waste is a soldier in your army, working, growing, fighting for your freedom. The choice is yours. Keep swiping, keep owing, keep slaving away for things that don't matter. Or wake the hell up, cut the spending, and start building the life you actually want. Consumer or creator, slave or king. The second you stop spending like a loser, you start winning like a champion. The chains aren't on your wrists. They're in your wallet, and only you can break them. They laugh at you when you try. They roll their eyes when you dream big. They call you arrogant when you start winning. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. Their mockery is fear in disguise. Fear that you might actually make it. Fear that you'll rise while they stay stuck. Fear that you'll realize your power and leave them behind. This is how they control you, not with laws, not with force, but with shame. They've turned success into something to apologize for. They've made ambition seem dirty. Why? Because weak people can't stand seeing others strong. Crabs in a bucket don't want you climbing out. They'll pull you down just to feel better about themselves. Think about every time you've heard, "Who do you think you are?" Don't get too big for your boots. Money won't make you happy. Lies, all of it, designed to keep you small. The moment you start believing you deserve more, the moment you stop accepting mediocrity, that's when the attacks come. Not because you're wrong, but because you're right, and that terrifies them. Look at how society treats winners. They're called greedy for building businesses, selfish for putting themselves first, lucky when their years of sacrifice pay off. But losers get sympathy, losers get excuses. Losers get to play the victim forever, while winners are expected to apologize for daring to succeed. This is no accident. It's psychological warfare. They want you afraid of your own potential. They want you to feel guilty for wanting more, because a man who knows his worth is unstoppable. And that scares the hell out of the system. The rich understand this game. They don't apologize for winning. They don't downplay their success to make others comfortable. They wear their achievements like armor while the masses whisper behind their backs. Know why? Because opinions of broke people don't pay bills. Approval from losers doesn't build empires. You've been brainwashed to seek permission, to wait for someone to say you're allowed to win now. Newsflash, no one is coming to crown you. The world doesn't hand out trophies for potential. You have to take what you want, and you have to do it while weak-minded people try to shame you for it. Every great man in history was mocked before he was celebrated. Every innovator was called crazy. Every champion was doubted. The difference, they didn't care. They knew the secret. If they're laughing at you today, they'll be begging to work for you tomorrow. Your fear isn't failure, it's judgment. You're not scared you can't do it. You're scared of what people will say when you do. But here's the reality. Those same people mocking you now will be first in line to kiss your ass when you make it. They don't hate success. They hate that it's not theirs. This is your wake-up call. Stop letting cowards dictate your limits. Stop shrinking yourself to fit their small-minded expectations. The bigger you dream, the louder they'll laugh. Because your ambition holds up a mirror to their laziness, and they can't stand what they see. Power isn't given, it's taken. And the first step to claiming yours, stop apologizing for wanting it. Let them laugh, let them talk. Let them call you every name in the book while you're quietly building an empire. Their words won't pay your rent, but your success will. The world needs you afraid, because when you're afraid, you're controllable. But when you're powerful, that's when you become dangerous. That's when the game changes. That's when you start making the rules. So ask yourself, are you going to live small to make others comfortable? Or are you going to rise unapologetically and let the weak say whatever they need to sleep at night? Fire inside you isn't there by accident. Stop letting cowards pour water on it. They fear your power because they know what happens when you finally use it. Now the only question is, do you know you're being bribed with crumbs while they feast on the whole damn cake? Every single day, they dangle cheap distractions in front of you, just enough to keep you content, just enough to stop you from demanding more. A new phone, a weekend binge, drinking session, endless scrolling, fast food, video games, porn. They've turned pleasure into a weapon, and you're handing them the bullets. This isn't living, this is sedation. They've engineered a world where you get just enough dopamine hits to stay complacent, but never enough fulfillment to break free. Why? Because a man who's truly awake is dangerous. A man who stops chasing cheap thrills and starts pursuing real power. That's their worst nightmare. Think about your average day. Wake up tired, scroll mindlessly, eat garbage food, work a job you tolerate, numb yourself with entertainment, repeat. You've been tricked into trading lasting wealth for temporary satisfaction. They've convinced you that treating yourself means spending money on things that make you weaker, but real treats, real rewards, those come from discipline, from sacrifice, from saying no to the instant gratification that's keeping you poor. The rich don't play this game. They understand the fundamental rule: small pleasures today steal big victories tomorrow. While you're blowing $100 on a night out, that money could have been working for you. While you're glued to screens, that time could have been building your empire. They've got you chasing quick hits when you should be playing the long game. Look at how they design these traps. Social media engineered to addict you, fast food made to keep you coming back, alcohol advertised as reward. For surviving the weak consumer culture telling you you deserve things you can't afford. It's all one giant conspiracy to keep you distracted, addicted, and just comfortable enough not to rebel. But here's the brutal truth. Every dollar you spend on nonsense is a brick in someone else's mansion. Every hour you waste on empty entertainment is time you'll never get back. They're robbing you blind, and you're thanking them for the privilege. Real men don't live for Friday night. Real men live for freedom. Legacy, for waking up every day knowing they answer to no one. That kind of life isn't built by indulging every craving. It's built by delaying gratification like the warrior you were meant to be. They want you weak-willed. They want you impulsive. They want you chasing the next quick fix instead of building real power, because when you're addicted to pleasure, you'll never have the discipline to build wealth. When you're always looking for the easy way out, you'll never develop the strength to walk the hard road to success. The moment you stop being a slave to your desires is the moment you become unstoppable. When you can look temptation in the face and say, not today, that's when you start winning. That's when you start living instead of just existing. Your brain has been hijacked, rewired, programmed to seek comfort at all costs. But greatness lives on the other side of discomfort, on the other side of saying no to what feels good now so you can say hell why yes to what matters most. They'll tell you life's about balance, that you need these little pleasures. Another lie. You don't balance poison with nutrition. You don't balance weakness with strength. The only balance that matters is between where you are and where you're going. And every moment spent indulging is a moment stolen from your destiny. This is your intervention, right here, right now. Either you control your impulses or they'll control you. Either you master your desires or they'll master you. There is no middle ground. The fire inside you, the one that knows you're meant for more, it's still there, buried under layers of instant gratification and manufactured happiness, but it's there, and it's time to let it burn. Stop trading your future for fleeting pleasures. Stop mortgaging your greatness for cheap thrills. The world wants you docile, distracted, and dependent. But you were born to be awake, to be powerful, to be free. The choice is yours. Keep chasing scraps like a beggar at the feast, or rise up, wipe the crumbs from your mouth, and claim your seat at the table. They're counting on you to stay weak. Prove them wrong. You're exhausted, you're drained, you're giving everything you've got. But here's the gut punch truth. You're building someone else's dream. Day after day, you wake up early, stay late, pour your sweat and soul into work that makes another man rich. They call it hustle. They call it paying your dues. I call it the greatest trick ever played on the working man. You've been sold the lie that hard work equals success. But wake up. Hard work for someone else equals their success. You're running full speed on a treadmill, burning energy, going nowhere. They've got you chasing promotions like a dog chasing a car, and even if you catch it, what then? A slightly bigger cage, a fancier leash. Look at your life, your best hours sold, your creative energy wasted on their projects, your prime years spent enriching people who'd replace you tomorrow, and for what? A paycheck that disappears the moment it hits your account, benefits that keep you dependent, the security of knowing you'll always have just enough to keep coming back. This isn't living. This is economic slavery with a 401k. The system wants you tired. It wants you just comfortable enough not to risk striking out on your own. It wants you too drained from their grind to pursue your own dreams, because the second you start working for yourself, that's when you become dangerous. Think about it. The 9 to 5 wasn't designed to make you rich. It was designed to keep you controlled. The steady paycheck isn't security. It's golden handcuffs. The career ladder isn't freedom. It's a hamster wheel with better health care. They've tricked you into trading time, the one thing you can never get back, for money that barely covers your chains. And the sickest part, you've been conditioned to feel grateful for the privilege. But here's what they don't tell you. Real wealth isn't earned by the hour. True freedom isn't found in a biweekly deposit. Legacies aren't built working under someone else's name. The rich don't trade time for money. They make money work for them. They build systems. They create assets. They own things that grow while they sleep. While you're counting down the minutes until Friday, they're counting their returns. You want to know the difference between you and them? They work hard early so they don't have to work hard forever. You've been convinced that working hard forever is just how life is. This is the grind trap, the vicious cycle that keeps you too busy surviving to ever start thriving. They keep you exhausted on purpose, because a tired man doesn't rebel. A tired man doesn't innovate. A tired man just keeps showing up. Day after day, building someone else's empire, but it's not too late. That fire in your gut, that voice that says there's got to be more than this, that's you waking up. That's the real you screaming that you weren't born to be a corporate serf. The escape starts with one brutal realization. Every hour you spend making someone else rich is an hour stolen from your own destiny. You've got two choices. Keep trading your life for wages until you're too old to enjoy it. Start building your empire. Even if it's just 1 hour a day at first, they want you to think option #2 is risky. But what's really risky? Wasting your one precious life as a cog in a machine that would replace you before your obituary runs. The shift starts today, right now, not when it's safe, and not when you have enough saved. Those are just more lies your fear tells you. Start small if you must, but start. That side hustle, launch it. That skill you've been meaning to learn, master it. That business idea, flesh it out. Every minute you invest in yourself compounds. Every step toward independence weakens their hold on you. They've got you believing you need them. The truth, they need you desperately. The entire system collapses if enough people wake up and walk away. So ask yourself, are you going to keep donating your best years to make someone else's dreams come true? Or are you finally ready to fight for your own? The chains aren't on your wrists, they're in your mind, and only you can break them. Your future self is watching. What will he see? A man who stayed in the trap, or a man who broke free and claimed what was his? The grind doesn't have to be your master. It can be your fuel, but only if you're grinding for you. Time's ticking. What's it going to be? The alarm is blaring in your soul. That restlessness you feel, that's not anxiety. That's your warrior spirit screaming at you to break the chains. Every cell in your body knows the truth. You were not born to kneel. You were not created to beg for scraps. You were forged in the fires of potential, destined to rise, to conquer. Claim your throne, but right now, you're asleep at the wheel of your own life. This is your moment of reckoning, the crossroads where legends are born or dreams go to die. You have exactly two choices: wake up and fight for your freedom, or hit snooze and remain a slave forever. There is no middle ground, no safe option. The system doesn't allow for bystanders. You're either building your empire or maintaining someone else's. Look at your life through unflinching eyes. Your time, owned by bosses. Your energy, stolen by distractions. Your potential, wasted on fear. You've become a tenant in your own existence, paying rent to doubt, insecurity, and excuses. But here's the raw, unfiltered truth. Nobody is coming to save you. No government program, no lucky break, no divine intervention will lift you from the trenches. Salvation is a solo mission, and the only way out is through the fire of your own transformation. They want you to believe freedom is complicated. It's not. Freedom is simply the courage to want more for yourself and the discipline to take it. Every day you delay is another day you voluntarily remain in chains. Every excuse you make is another brick in your prison. The gate isn't locked. You've just been conditioned to think it is. History's greatest men weren't special. They weren't chosen. They were simply the ones who refused to accept their chains, the slaves who stood up, the peasants who revolted, the underdogs who looked at the mountain of impossibility and said, move. That same blood runs through your veins. That same fire burns in your belly. The only question is, will you let it roar to life or spend your life smothering it? Right now, the system is counting on your compliance, banking on your fear, betting you'll keep trading your dreams, the illusion of security. But deep down, you know real security doesn't come from a paycheck. It comes from power. The power to walk away, the power to create, the power to wake up every morning answering to no one but your own ambition. This isn't about positive thinking. This is about declaring war on your weakness. Every morning when you rise, you're faced with a battle. The easy choice that keeps you small, the hard path that makes you legendary. Victory isn't found in grand, sweeping gestures. It's forged in the daily decision to choose yourself when the world tries to convince you. Otherwise, they'll call you crazy. They'll say you're dreaming too big. They'll mock your hustle and ridicule your ambition. Let them. The same voices that doubt you today will beg for your help tomorrow. Lions don't lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. Your mission isn't to convince doubters. It's to render their doubts irrelevant through your success. The blueprint is simple but brutal. Kill your excuses, they're the only thing standing between you and your destiny. Claim your time. Every wasted hour is a betrayal of your potential. Embrace the suck, the pain of discipline, and nothing compared to the pain of regret. Burn the boats. Retreat cannot be an option. You want a sign from the universe. This is it, that knot in your stomach. That's not fear, it's your soul preparing for battle. The battle for your life, the battle for your freedom, the battle for the legacy you will leave. There are no do-overs, no alternate timelines. This is your one shot, your glorious, messy, all or nothing chance to look life dead in the eye and say, I took everything you threw at me and I won anyway. The world doesn't need more followers, more clock punchers, more maybe someday dreamers. It needs unbroken men who refuse to die with their music still inside them. Men who would rather risk failure than regret. Men who understand that on the other side of fear lies the life they were meant to live. The chains are an illusion. The cage door is open. All that's left is your decision. Will you fly, or will you remain forever chained to the ground? The clock is ticking. Your move, champion.